Okay, so let's go ahead and start going through these vocabulary terms here real quick. So some of these we've already talked about, but just want to make sure you know what's going on here. So parallel lines, what are that? What are those? Parallel lines. Two lines on the same plane that never touch. Okay, so let's draw what that's talking about. Okay, so obviously it's like this. Two lines that never touch. But what I really want to get from this is this. I don't know if I've talked about this, but on parallel lines, if you see two lines that have an extra set of arrowheads like this, okay? You see a line, two lines that have an extra set of arrowheads, those two lines right there, those indicate that those two lines are parallel. Okay, and so for this unit we're about to go through, that's going to be very important. So if you see those arrowheads, they're saying these two lines are parallel to each other. Make sure you get that drawn on yours, please. Extra set of arrowheads there means that they are parallel. Okay, what does perpendicular mean?
Two lines that intersect to create a 90-degree angle.
Okay, good. So like this, two lines. They don't just cross each other. They cross each other to what? Make a 90-degree. That's very, very important. Not just crossing in general, but they cross to make 90 degrees. Okay, now we're going to draw a lot of these same type of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw two lines like this, basically parallel. They don't have to be like exactly parallel, but two lines like that. Then we're going to draw another line that cuts across them like this. And I should have defined it earlier in the vocabulary. It's on the back. We'll get to it in a second. But this line right here that cuts across, we call this a transversal right here. Okay? Now, what we're talking about here is just interior and exterior. So what does interior mean?
Inside.
Okay, interior means on the inside. It's what's between the walls, okay? So as I look up here and I see, think about this line as a wall and this line as a wall. So the interior is everything that is between those walls. So this right here, everything in here is the interior. Okay, so then obviously on the exterior, I'm going to draw the same type thing. Okay, what does exterior mean?
Outside.
It means on the outside. If you had an I in here, it's like exit, like you go to the outside. So it's everything not between the walls. Okay, so it'd be everything out here and everything out here.
No de afuera, no de.
All right, same side interior. Okay, so this is getting into the stuff that we're really going to be focusing in on. We'll be practicing this a whole lot, but I just want you to have this here so you can refer back to this. It'll be the one place for sure, but we'll be practicing it all over the place, but this will be one place you can go back. So same side interior. Okay, so it's going to be like on the inside, and it's going to be on the same side. So these two angles right here would be an example of same side interior. Now there's another set which would be this angle and this angle, but we're not going to shade both because if we shade both it'll be confusing what it means. So this is just an example, it's not all of them. Okay, next one is corresponding. So on corresponding, it's angles on the same side of the transversal and the other line. Okay, they're in the same relative position. Should have added that. There's going to be one interior and one exterior. Okay, so we're going to draw the two lines with the transversal. So corresponding is going to be like this. This angle right here and this angle right here. These two would be corresponding. Now there's three other sets that I could shade in, but again, we're not going to shade in all of them because it just, it wouldn't help you. It wouldn't make any sense. But I want you to notice, okay, this angle right here is above the line and it's to the right. See how it's above the horizontal line and it's to the right of the kind of vertical line there. And this one down here, this one is above the horizontal line. It's to the right of the kind of vertical line. And then this angle right here, is it an interior or exterior angle? Yeah, it's exterior, just like we said up there. It's not between the walls. So this is an exterior angle. And what about this one? Is this exterior or interior?
Interior.
This one's an interior. Okay? So that's what I said right here. On these, you're going to have one interior, one exterior.
So like, they'll slide down and equal the same?
Say again?
Would they slide down and equal the same? Like, top right?
Okay. Well, we'll get into all that later.
You know what I'm talking about, don't they?
Yes, talking about equal and all that. Right now, I just want you to be able to recognize what they are. But we will definitely be talking about that stuff. Okay, alternate interior. So draw my two lines with this crossing. Okay, so these are angles inside two lines, but on the opposite side of the transversal. What does the word alternate mean?
Like switch?
Yeah, it means like to switch back and forth, right? So alternate interior means switching back and forth on the inside. So alternate interior, an example of that would be like this angle and this angle right here. Those are alternate interior. Now, again, this angle right here and this angle right here would be alternate interior also, but we're only shading one example on this. All right, next one is alternate exterior. So these are going to be on the exterior, on the outside, and they're going to be on opposite sides. So like this would be an example of alternate exterior. Okay, on the back, vertical angles. So we've definitely talked about these, but I wanted to throw this in because it's going to show up as much as the other through this. But we're going to draw it the same way, the two lines with this line cutting across. And so their angles across from each other. So it would be like this angle right here. And where would the vertical angle to that angle be? Yeah, right across from it, right here. Okay, and linear pair, we've talked about these for sure. These are adjacent angles, two angles that form a straight line. So I'm going to draw this again. And so it would be like this angle. And I could go either way. I could either go directly to the right of it or go directly below it. And either of those would be a linear pair. I'm just going to go right here. Okay, like I said, I should have defined this earlier here, but okay, so in this situation where you have what we've been drawing on all these, this line right here, this line is what we call the transversal. Okay, that line right there is the transversal. It's the line that cuts across the other two lines. What the word transverse means, to like go across. All right. Converse. So converse, if you have if blank, then blank. So this goes directly back to the short little unit that we did. What do you do in the converse? Just switch them, right? We'll need that in a few days. Okay, then these other three really are for stuff we're going to do in a few weeks. So we're not going to worry about those now. We'll catch those later whenever we get to that stuff. So that's what we're going to do there.